Alright, it's going to be a quick video on how to remove the front diff out of the Kawasaki. I couldn't find much online, so I'm going to make a video right now. First things first, drop your tires. Then you got to start removing your top A-arm. This one here has to come out because there's actually a bolt that goes right across and it'll actually hit your A-arm coming out. So this A-arm for sure has to come out. The bottom one you can leave hanging in. Your shock, you're going to want to spin that upwards just to kind of get out of your way, because it will be in your way when you're trying to do this. I pulled mine out because I had to do the bushings in both my A-arms. They're finished. And my ball, I couldn't separate these here. They got stuck in there, so I ended up pulling this whole assembly out. Next thing you want to do is, once you get this disconnected, you got your A-arm out, your bottom one's hanging. If you decide to leave it hanging, you want to disconnect this tie rod, and that's going to be on your steering shaft right here, but that's usually going to be down here on your diff. I already have it out here, so obviously. Once you get that out, then you're going to pull directly outwards on your CV. All right, that'll just pop right out of there. Now you got this whole side open. Your brake calipers are still going to be attached. You're going to want to unbolt those from the actual spindles here. You want to disconnect your calipers, leave them dangle. I brought mine out the top here just to kind of get out of the way. Now this is all going to be open for you. Your diff lock cable is going to be attached to your actual diff. You're going to want to loosen that off, loosen it off up here on the handlebars to give you some more cable slack here. And then you're gonna spin that bracket kind of off its splines, and then you're gonna spin it around, pull that out. You'll figure that out when you get there. It's pretty self-explanatory. Let that dangle up here. All right, now you got this whole side open. I had a winch up here. I had to pull the winch out because I want to take this bracket out here that's holding your brake lines in place. And that bracket looks like this here. And that just kind of sits on your diff like that, and then this bolts to the frame. So I took my diff out, unbolted it here, pulled the bracket right out. All right, now on this side you're gonna have to do a bit more disassembly. So you're gonna want to pull your top front plastic off, because you need to get to these bolts in here to pull this steering shaft straight up. You loosen off on those, you take your handlebars off, you pull straight up on the shaft, and it goes up in there kind of like that, up out of the way. So what we're trying to do, our goal is to clear as much stuff out of this area here that you can see of the frame as possible, because our diff is coming out through this hole. So the plastic came off, your exhaust for your clutch, that came out. Your shock, you could just disconnect it from your A-arm, spin it upwards. I pulled my spindle off, and I pulled the CV straight out of the diff. So then you're left with basically nothing else here, just a diff sitting in there and this shaft going in. So what you're gonna do is tie your brake lines back, up out of the way, kind of tuck everything back over here. Then you're going to pull back on your, right here, your drive shaft. It moves a bit. You're gonna pull back on that, and you're just gonna come straight out the top. You're gonna rotate it and then out through this hole. It won't come out any other way. I sat there trying to weasel it away and weasel it out, and it just was not happening. So that is the only way to come out. And unfortunately there's quite a bit of disassembly to get it out, but it's makes it a lot more trouble-free. And then once your diff's out, obviously you probably have a finished product just like mine. Oh, there we go. 1 inch of backlash, perfect. And then I got a good about 1/8 back and forth, so the pinion needs to come out. I gotta do the bearings in there. The seal's gone here. It's full of water. Everything's spun, makes a whole bunch of noise. And yeah, maybe I'll do a video on how to rebuild that. Thanks.